Welcome to Market Pros, where every day we upload morning analysis and every Saturday we interview your favorite YouTubers, top crypto professionals, and market experts. This is the morning analysis. So we have Ethereum here. Okay, so obviously, things are a little boring right now, but these are the times to pay attention. These are the times that your big moves come from. As you see on the BBWP, you have, oh, sorry about that, 1 second, just making sure my stuff was plugged in and we were recording. So yeah, you have the blue signal on the BBWP, and what that means is the volatility is obviously very, very low. This is the lowest, basically the lowest it goes. So after these signals, this is when you usually get the biggest moves. So your RSI, we are testing the neutral median line. We are above the signal line. We did bounce off the bearish control zone again, and we do have what it looks like is a W pattern right here, which are usually bullish. So and what that could do is lead us up to, because usually you can make a measured move off of these W patterns. Okay, so basically that would lead us up to 58,119. So we'll say say 55. See what that price would be. $26.09. Okay, so let's see if that would correspond with anything. 26.09 would basically be right at the top of this high resistance on the VPVR, and if we can break that, honestly I think we would come up, get a small rejection from the 100, but ultimately get up into this purple area where this 200 is resting. Let's check the MACD. We're on the 4-hour, by the way. So we are above the signal line, but we're just diverging and converging back and forth. As you can see, volatility is very low. We're just traveling in a range, even on the MACD. Let's see here. So it looks like we are hitting some resistance from this. Well, actually, we did break out of this MACD resistance diagonal line. Let's see where this ends up. Alright, well that's far and not really relevant at the moment. But see, you did break out, but it's a weak breakout. You basically just went in a range. Okay, so let's put a fib on and see where this could lead us up to. So first we'll do a bearish retracement. Okay, so basically your 3618 would come in right at basically this last low. So 2300 basically. And then your bullish retrace or bullish extension would be from this last level. So basically your 1618 would be in this purple region. Like I was saying, this is where I think it could come to if we would break the 50 and the top of this range. So basically, it depends on which way we break the range. Let's go ahead and put a channel on here. basically you got like a diagonal channel here. So like I was saying, the top of the channel basically comes right in at the 50. Weston, hey, give me a second, buddy. Okay, sorry about that. Let's go down to, so yeah, I mean basically it's 2,700 or 2,300. I mean, and it depends on which way you break the range. So, you know, $300 move, $200 move both ways, which would be, you know, almost a probably like an 8% move. So you'll get a pretty decent move off the breakage of this range. And it just so happens that it is a descending channel, so it's 70% probability to break to the upside as long as Bitcoin behaves. Let's go down to the 1 hour. Okay, so RSI is above the neutral median line, is above the signal line, volatility is in the lower zone, and MACD fresh cross to the upside, and the W pattern. So if we can get above this zero line, I think we could break the top of this range. Because once we get to that zero line, that would basically mean that we are at the top of the range. If we can get above this point of control, which is right here at basically 2,600, you know, that's when I think we get up to even 2,750. Now, if we can break 2,760, Weston, stop, buddy. Stop for a second. Once again, I apologize. So if we could break 2,750, I think we make a higher high and then work our way up to basically 3,000. You know, that's the bullish case. Now, if we start breaking down, let's look on the 4 hour so we can kind of zoom out a bit. Okay, so if we break down out of the range, you know, I think we go to first stop is, you know, 2450, and honestly I don't think it would stop there. I think we would come down to this last low at 2330, and if that doesn't hold, next stop is basically $2,000. Yeah, I mean basically $2,000. I think that would be potentially the bottom. It is a nice even number. That would be a pretty big move. So that's the bearish case. On the, let's go to the range chart. Just taking a minute to load. Get a sip of this coffee while we wait. Okay, so we did bounce off the moving average to the downside. We got rejected, but once again, we got this W pattern on the stochastic. I mean, it's starting to look, and the volatility is heading down. So I mean, maybe we range for a little bit longer, maybe get this blue signal, trying to get out of the bearish control zone on the RSI. We are slightly above the signal line. If we can make the W pattern here as well, this is the 5-day, by the way. So even longer term, I mean, this is starting to look pretty good. It all depends on if Bitcoin behaves, though. Let's go down to the 4 hour. Hold on, this is Bitcoin. Sorry. Let's go to Ethereum. Let's zoom out a little bit. We'll go to the daily. Another sip of this coffee. Okay. We are stuck in the lower zone of the Bollinger Bands. Actually, the stochastic on Ethereum fresh crossed to the downside. So we could see a little more downside, maybe even test 2400. Volatility is going down. RSI, we're trying to get out of the bearish control zone. So medium term, I mean, it all depends on what Bitcoin does. It all depends on what happens in the shorter term. Let's go down to the 4 hour. And if we can get bullish in the shorter term, I think there's more of a probability that we are bullish than bearish. So yeah, I mean, we're trying to get above the moving average right now on the 4 hour on the Bollinger Bands. So if we can do that, make a 4 hour closure within a half hour, I think we test the top band at 2600. So I mean, if we can just keep this positive momentum, stochastic is pointing up, W pattern on the RSI, volatility is very low, so it's starting to expand now. I mean, it's starting to look like we're going to be bullish, but we'll see. It all depends on what Bitcoin does. So those are my thoughts. Everyone have a great morning, great afternoon, great evening, and I will see you in the next one.